Peace and love collective. Sending you guys nothing but love, peace, happiness, and prosperity. Send some of that back. Hi, collective. Y'all, yes, I got a lot of love. A little bit of this and a little bit of that going on. But yeah, I'm gonna cut these. I'm not sure if I'm gonna cut these videos or I just might just let it naturally flow through. Okay, collective. Yeah. So I was starting a membership. If y'all see on Instagram, actually I was expanding my business membership to YouTube, not Instagram. That was an error. Okay. Yeah, well, Instagram too, because I advertised before as far as Instagram and stuff. So you guys, yes. So I'm trying to get comfortable with my podcast too. So, you know, grow with me. Like I said, grow with me, you guys. But yeah, so that's what I was saying. I started a members selection far as on YouTube for business building. Okay, collective. The reason why I done that because a lot of my work that I do is surrounded around entrepreneurship. Okay. I know I hold the entrepreneur spirit within me. So a lot of my channeling certain things come up. You know, I channel different ancestors and certain stuff that could have been, you know, business owners and things like that. And then not only in the process of me doing that, I'm giving other people ideas or cutting light bulbs on in their head, you know, of things that they may have been sitting on. So me, you know, putting spirituality, you know, embracing spirituality within my business structure, it has helped me. You know, what's for me may not be for you. And when I say mixing spirituality within my business, that's different. That's not far as doing anything negative and certain thing like that. That it goes towards my spirit. Am I aligned with this? Am I aligned with this person to work with this person? You get what I'm saying? Not going like where people think, oh, you're going to hex people or you're going to do this to do that. No. When I say spirituality and certain things, that's just the way of life. You know, your routine through life. You know, I embrace some of that thing, some of those things within to business too, because now things is changing. It's spiritual, you know, and far as me opening a spiritual business, you know, it's all in the same. You know, I want to say like in my opinion, it's like all in the same area. That's why I say like when one door closed, 2, 3 more open, you know. So I had to tap into my spiritual side within my life. You know, I'm building my life, like, you know, building my life up around what I love doing. So whatever door, you know, open, and I feel that is good in my spirit, I'm going to walk through it. You know, far as on the entrepreneur side. So collective, I hope I'm not everywhere, but you guys will get to the point of these breakdowns, because everybody is not going to have access to this, because the things that I'm going to be sharing is not only to help you guys. My whole little mic broke, but I'm going to make it cute. I'm going to make it my whole mic thing broke, but I'll do it like that, all right? But yeah, far as, you know, certain things on the business end, I know that I've been honored from my ancestors to hold certain knowledge too. You know, so I'm just going to be helping people remove creative blockages within their creativity, far as them starting their own business, you know, embracing themselves more when it comes to their talents and their hobbies. Because you guys, we as a body of people, in my opinion, we're getting X'd out of this world because a lot of people and I'm the type of person, I try to look at things in a you know, I try to be the alchemist. Okay, if that makes sense, you guys, be the alchemist in certain situations. And I feel like this is the type of, we're in, okay, for all my spiritual ones, y'all know how we go. I'm gonna be using different words, and y'all know, y'all apply it to your physical life too, you know. But I felt like it was time to be the alchemist. Pretty much, you got to look at, and I'm not against like artificial intelligence, but I am against artificial, you know, you look at artificial intelligence, you look at artificial people, you know, that's like fake people. And it's like certain, I feel like everything is a lesson. You learn things you know, you learn lessons in certain things every day. I look at like artificial people too. You know, I look at artificial people and I look at artificial intelligence. So looking at far as on the business end, on the artificial intelligence end, that may help certain people. It depends on what field of study that you're in. Okay? So yeah, me personally, like building website, building certain things, yeah, it helped. But the field of study that I fall on the wellness end, and certain things that certain jobs and certain careers and certain businesses, it only can enhance you. You get what I'm saying? So you know, you guys, I'm gonna go. We building. Okay. So each conversation that I have, you should be able to apply certain things to your structure, your foundation. Okay. If and certain words that I use, you know, don't take them literally, but take them in a spiritual sense too. So you should be able to use certain things to build a strong foundation in your life. Okay, you should be able like to build, this is your home, your temple is your home, your physical home. So you're going to get information on this platform, not only to build yourself financially, physically, but spiritually too, because it all, you know, go together. In my opinion, it's just bits and pieces of the puzzle. So yeah, collective. So talking about artificial people and artificial intelligence, I feel like we are going up as a natural people, you know, natural beings of light. You know, we going up against an artificial system that just, you know, enhance certain knowledge. All right. So the things that a lot of people are doing, that they're still doing with their hands, it's like, it's not gonna X you out, but you just have to find a different way to stay afloat too. You know, we got creative people that still like I was using the example far as art. We still got people that still paint with paint brushes. Now you got to look at the painter is being replaced with the artificial. You know, people getting certain things, you know, the AI is the painter and making these beautiful portraits and stuff. So you got to look at, that's like Xing out that naturalist, that, you know, that's taking that the most simple, well, not simple, because you have, you know, art. When you step into art, that's a whole different business. You know, artists, you know, the right artists and certain people, you know, it pays off. But you got to look at the art. You know, you got to be able to stay afloat too, because things is changing. Just if the artist is getting replaced, not only the artists within like painting and stuff, because you got digital art and stuff like that, but the artists far as music and certain stuff is getting replaced too, because they got the artificial intelligence. You know, people don't even have to do as much as they used to do because of, my God, you guys. I told y'all my I told y'all my stand. I'm gonna see y'all if I can X that part out. But y'all, this, like I said, I'm going through a whole you guys, I'm remodeling my office space and everything, so it's like this the raw is gonna get y'all. That's why I'm like, y'all see my skin. But that's why, you know, things happen. But that's why I'm doing podcasts too. So, like, you know, people can just like hear my voice too, because it's a lot, y'all. But anyway, oops. But yeah, but y'all be like, oh, look, you know, as things grow and, you know, we progress through this journey, y'all. Y'all can say, I was there. I synced it. Okay, so. All right, collective. But yeah, that's what I'm glad this wasn't a live. I'm glad this wasn't a live though. But okay, collective, let's keep going. But okay, let's go back to that. It's like AI, the artificial intelligence, is like replacing like the most simplest things, and you have to stay afloat. And it always had me looking at like, dang, so what about the person who likes to paint and draw certain things, just, you know, with their hands, that got, you know, like to do certain things with their hand, the artistic expression with their hands, and, you know, certain stuff like that. So I still say, you guys, embrace that within people, you know, like if you got someone that still can make certain things from scratch and stuff, embrace that, y'all, because you gotta see, you got to look at how much of everything is being replaced, if that makes sense. And so that was just like painting and stuff, you know, because it's like digital art. You got certain little stuff. And then I was just looking at in my field of study, like far as in the wellness, health and wellness, certain things is going to be replaced too. You got to look at a whole lot of us, a whole lot of ladies, men, you know, men and women, because yeah, healthcare is people, when they think healthcare, they think, and when you think nurse, you think woman. You know, healthcare has been dominated by women, if you ask me. Okay, I don't know the numbers, so, you know, don't be like, it may have rise now, but in the beginning, that was more, the healthcare field was really ruled off of women, if you ask me. You know, the men tried to, like, even when you go back in the day, like to the midwives and yeah, when you go to the midwives and the doulas and stuff like that, in my opinion, healthcare and wellness and stuff, it was more of the women, because that was our original, that was us. Like, that's why I say, like, people like to play with and on the spiritual end, you know, like to play in certain things on the spiritual end, and they have to really, you know, sit back and really think, was this your calling? Because a lot of what I'm starting to see through my observation, I'm starting to see a handful of the ladies that was in the medical field had woke up at a certain time too. The ones that been tapped into spirituality. A lot of us had some type of background in the medical field too, and that wasn't by mistake. Because if you go and you tap into your your birth chart, certain symbols and certain things, you see that it was within you. So when people go and try to do certain things, it don't work on you to a certain extent. To collective, see, we're going spiritual. I'm trying to stay. You know what I'm saying? Because you were already, you know what you're supposed to be doing. You were set up to be, in the right place at the right time. If that makes sense. Okay, come on, break it back down, because y'all know I go into it. Yeah, collective. But looking into far as like AI within that too, medical building and certain things is the medical builder then got replaced. Certain stuff within the medical field that they use certain, people to do, they're getting replaced with AI. So I just look at far as the field of study that I am, I kind of was like a little, up on game before the game, before certain things kind of went into place, because I was hands-on with, I was the prevention. I always been the prevention. You get what I'm saying? Like, I work and I assist with the medical community. I'm part of it as well, but I'm more me. I feel like I done been pushed towards the wellness side. And I feel like the wellness side is more of the spiritual side, more of the holistic side, if that makes sense. So I stays in my lane, I stays in my lane. Like, people would like, because you got to look at each title. That's why I decided to do this, different, different videos, uploading, speaking on different things, because you got to look at, a lot of it is spiritual. Because go back, y'all, like I say, I stays in my lane, and I just going, like, when you sit and listen to my videos, you should always be able to learn something. And if I'm wrong, you always can correct or, voice your opinion. I am the type of person, I don't have a problem with, constructive criticism. I feel like that's how we get, is a difference between a person, constructive criticism, and a person just trying to, little girl, little boy, I'm just gonna, talk, y'all know, I like to make it have, keep it a little, in all areas, y'all know, okay? The ones that know, they know. I'm just gonna be more, that person, because I know how it is to sit on both sides. Okay. But if you go back, when it goes to these titles and stuff, when you go to school, that's just putting you in a different tax bracket. That's just giving you a little more knowledge of the career that you're doing. But a whole lot of those careers that has been priced, because like I say, knowledge is free, education that's what costs. A whole lot of the education and a whole lot of our natural abilities, our natural talents, our natural knowledge has been patented and put a price tag on it. It has to be taught, because it's a whole lot of things that I came up with, and I start to see, oh, I did that naturally. Now, at some point in time, people is going to be putting certain certification of completion on certain things. So I've done it. You get what I'm saying? Far as me building my business from scratch, certain knowledge and certain things that I offer to those, because I know how it is to have, and I know how it is to not. I know how it is to start something. I know how it is to lose. I kind of have experience on every area. Okay. So a lot of what life is, you guys, but you have to stay in the fight of it. That's why when I speak on business and certain things, I really say I love to stay in my lane. And trust me, I done studied my lanes. I done studied it just as well as someone think they're studying me. I would be a fool not to study myself, okay? You study your opponent and you study yourself. But you always study self, because, that's how you grow. Don't be paying attention to other people so much that you don't know yourself, all right? But in my field of study, like, you guys, I like I said, I like to stay on the holistic end, and I'm not all the way there, but I know that that's where I'm pushed towards. And I knew that when I took my stand in my field of study, when I started my business in the field that I always worked in, that was like the medical field. But I pushed myself towards the wellness and the wholeness end of it, because you go back to the titles, a lot of things has been stamped for approval. Let's just put it like that. My approval came from the Most High. You know, not only that's in the spiritual, that's how you know. That's how you know what you're supposed to be doing in life. If that makes sense. I always knew that I was a giver. I always knew I was a person that wanted to help people get through certain things. You know, so I had to check my makeup before I stepped out in this world to be of service. And that's what's missing in business and certain things, and people, you know, hopping into certain things. That's why generational wealth is not built, because that question that should be asked is the questions that's, you guys, let me put this stand. That's why I say y'all. That's why I'm doing my podcast right now. But the questions, y'all, that's why I gotta learn how to cut certain stuff, y'all. But y'all gonna see how far. That's why I say this is natural, y'all. I got the whole thing like falling, but it's all right. I think I'm gonna cut this while I'm doing the podcast too. But I feel like that's what's missing in business. All right, y'all. All right, but yeah, that's what I feel like. That's what's missing in business, and that's what's missing in service, is the authentic, people being authentic. You know, everybody is artificial, just like, and I'm not making no excuse, but I just, y'all know I'm spiritual on certain things too. I'm not making any excuses why my stand keep falling. But I'm going to read through that energy. A lot of people is not authentic. You know, everything has to be perfect, just like that, just like my stand falling, you know. And I'm not saying that people shouldn't have things to make certain things easier and certain things perfect. I'm not saying that. Just because certain things happen, y'all know we are. This is, if you read I know you came through with the home care, okay? So that touch bases in everything, you know. So that's me just being me. If I'm inviting you into my home, that's my office space. Because when you do business, your office space, that's your second home, okay? If I'm inviting you into my home, which is like your office space, because anywhere you're going to get service, you should be able to feel like you're welcome there. You're at home. So if I'm welcoming you into my space, you know what I'm saying? That's a privilege. You know, it's certain, it's certain access that come with that, you guys. But anyways, that's what I was saying. It's like, it's not authentic. People is not authentic. That's why a whole lot of these, y'all starting to see, like, if y'all look at the signs and certain things, that's why a whole lot of these franchises and certain things is falling, because people done forgot why. Okay, people done forgot why. And I wrote down, you guys, a few, you know, on this building, okay, we building. All right, it says, is your heart in it? Okay, and that's in business too. A lot of people a lot of people got into certain things for the come up. And it's nothing, and I'm not going to say, oh, it's not about the money, you know, and certain things like that, because everybody need, you know, money to survive and, you know, to flow through life, you know. So when you ask a person, is your heart in it? Your heart has to be in it for your money to flow, you know. Is your heart good? Is your heart in it? Why did you start this in the first place? you know, why was you called to, you know, be an entrepreneur? Why did you open that business? So this is like certain things that I'm asking, you know, because you guys, I'm getting out here in the streets. You know, I'm coming out the office, I'm coming into the streets. So like I said, that's why I want y'all gonna flow with me and y'all gonna grow with me. And it's not me just going around, and like I said, I'm gonna start with my city. I'm gonna start with my city because my vision is way beyond you know, this little box. I will never let nobody just put me into a box. You know, I know certain things. I don't know everything. I would never say, oh, I know everything. But the things that I have learned and the things that I have embraced, it has helped me. And I know that it can help other people. Okay, so collective, I will be speaking, like, I want to say Mondays, because Monday should be optional. Y'all should see my sign right there. But Monday should be optional. You know, Monday, it says should Mondays be optional? You know, and I just embrace Monday because it's like the, you know, you coming off a strong end, which is the weekend. You know, you coming off a strong end. You just trying to piece certain things together and certain things like that. But on the business end, collective, you know, I'm going to leave you guys off with this. I'm going to speak on this more. It says, is your heart in it? You know, a whole lot of people start business and it don't even make a generation because, you know, you got some, you know, go back to when the elder folks opened their business and that was that family business. Their heart was in it. That's why it stood the test of time, because their heart was in it. A lot of these businesses and stuff that people is making and opening and now, their heart not in it. Their heart is not in it. That's why it's not making it to the next generation, because their heart wasn't in it. And I feel like anytime you're building anything, and if you're a new business owner and you're a new entrepreneur, ask yourself, is my heart in it? Always make sure your heart is in anything that you do. You not only your heart, when your heart is in it, your mind must be aligned, okay? Okay, make sure your heart is in it. Don't be stepping into certain stuff because it look good and, you know, such and such do it. What is it that you like to do? Anything that you like to do shouldn't feel like slavery or struggle if you love doing it. That's how we gonna be able to pass on some of these small business ideas and they turn big and they go into generation after generation. The only way we're gonna be able to do that if our heart is in it. And if your heart is in it, it's in you. So what you building, you should be building from within, so you can give to your child. You know, like I always tell you guys, we can recommend positions and job spots, but you can recommend your child, but you feel so much better when you can give your child a whole business, an opportunity within something that goes to them. You know, and there's nothing wrong with working for other people, but make sure you building something for yourself to be able to give your children. That's the only way that this is going to work. This is the only way, because we're going into, you know, we're going into a different world. You get what I'm saying? Like, we're going into where a whole lot of the businesses and certain stuff is getting snatched up through artificial intelligence. Like, it's point blank period. They don't need you anymore. So the people that can do like hands-on thing and do arts and crafts, and people who, you know, that's doing that more natural thing, support that, if that makes sense. You know, the person that's doing the more natural thing, try to, that's how we're going to be able to survive as a whole too. You know, and if you have a business and you're doing certain natural things, embrace the AI thing, certain things with the AI to make your job easier. But Embrace always being able to do something for yourself, like the goods and service and trade, to do yourself too, because that's going to keep you afloat too. Because I feel that a whole lot of our people is waking up real late to their gifts. They're waking up late to their talent. About time that they wake up and realize that they were good at something, here come a robot to to do it quicker than you. You know what I'm saying? So it's just like collective. I'm looking at certain things like that. Like, embrace people that's still doing things natural, doing things, you know, authentic, because we're up against artificial things. And then it takes you back to your journey. Make sure you got real people with you, because I'm pretty sure the only artificial things you want to rock with is artificial things as far as the intelligence and stuff. But when it comes to the natural way of life, it's like we trying to bag away from all the artificial shit. It's okay. We're gonna let the artificial intelligence and stuff work for us. But when it comes for your body and certain things, you should be pushing towards the mind and the body and the spirit. You should be pushing towards natural. If that makes sense, you guys, you should be pushing towards the natural being, okay? You know, like, because we up against a machine. That's what I feel like, you guys. We like battling against, we in spiritual war, but we up against like a machine. So the more natural, you guys, I know I'm gonna have to redo this. I'm a upload it. Y'all know I don't care. You know, because when I channel in certain stuff, I channel or whatever. But you guys, I'm gonna get better so y'all can tap into the business building. You know, we under construction right now. We under construction right now, but we still building. All right, that's why, you know. I just look at that too, collective. Look at building a house. Look at, you want a steady foundation. You know, you want a farm, you know, all the way up. That's building yourself too, you know. So I'm just taking that within, you know, life, different things in life. But yeah, collective, like, support natural things too. The more natural you can be, the more you're going to be able to fight against this machine, because it's like they want your mind. They want to tell you how to think. They want to tell you what to think, how to feel. You know, you getting hit with different frequencies and different stuff like that, collective. So the more natural you can be within your thought, you know, because it's like they want you to have an artificial mind too, artificial intelligence, you know, your artificial intellect, like, go in, collective. And that's all I'm saying. But within, like, my field of study, I'm like, you know, I started within, like, home care. So I'm enhancing certain things to build that community. You know, everything that consists of, far as the home care community, far as the elders. I feel like I seen the little things a little bit before, because, you know, and I'm more, you know what side I was on. I always was pushed to the natural side, the wellness side, you know. The medical side is like the man-made side. The wellness side, that's the holistic side. That's like, you know, natural side. You know, certain things you don't need, like in business, collective. Once you know, it's not too late for nobody, because it's a whole lot of things that you don't have to go get degrees for. It's not you lowering your value, it's you staying in your lane. Like I said, I could have went and got a doctor's and a RN and certain title to, you know, make myself, you know, to put myself in a different tax bracket or certain things and things like that. I could have went and done all of that, but I stayed in my lane because I was a prevention. I always been the person in the end to come to plan in the end. You know what I'm saying? And not only, you guys, and not only do it within health, home care, I work with everybody with those titles. You know, so I'm comfortable. I'm content at the moment. You know, if I decide to go and do certain things, I will do that. But that because I want to do it. Because right now I'm in observation mode. Because people is getting into these jobs, you know, that we're going back to artificial. You got you know, Instagram nurses and stuff like that just want to look pretty. You know, are you really saving lives? Are you really doing what you're supposed to be doing? Or are you trying to, you know, get the, you know, go viral for, you know, and there's nothing wrong with the ones that got that buzz in the back that said, oh, okay, I'm turning my career, I'm saving lives, but oh, I'm going to go and sell these scrubs too, you know, for the comfortable, for, you know, I'm not speaking on y'all. I'm not speaking on that. I'm talking about the ones that get in these fields and their heart is not in it. They're doing it because it's a competition to be better than this person, to say, oh, I'm this, I hold this superior title, and your services is not adding up to, you know, I'm speaking on that end, collective. That's why I say this is not for everybody, because I'm going there with it. Because I know how it feels to sit on both ends. I know how it feels to be the employee, because I don't like the help. Because when you go back and you think about, when you just go back to that movie, you see, and that's where I can speak on, because I know how people start organizations and foundations from scratch, and then they grow, and then they sell out, and they click with this person, and then the thing, it turns into a click in the background. Something that you was starting a foundation or a business to help women, to empower women, or you was doing this to help men, to empower men, it turns into something fake, because it turned into a coven or something. You know, your heart not in it no more. You know, your franchise, your name that got so big, you know, people know you to messed around and, you know, hired the wrong person. It's like it's a competition with the next business and stuff like that. That's why things fail. Because and don't get it twisted, I'm not saying I know everything, but I know enough. I know the difference between, you know, I know that a whole lot of the things that people is binded to. You bind it to a contract. You bind it to a contract with these businesses. That's who got you under slavery. The person that you got to go give your money to. You get what I'm saying? That person you sitting up there clocking into, but did you go in and test the spirit of who you are and your ancestors and ask yourself, oh, can I go and build this same business? You know, and it becomes a problem if you get up and go and build the same business that you then gave majority of your life to. But you more than enough experience. You was experienced enough to give decades of your life to this corporation, this foundation, this organization. But when it goes to the one, and especially it's a little harder, and I'm not trying to play the race game and a color game, but it's a little harder when you look like me. When you go and build something from scratch and you going up against a person that it was handed down to them through generations, and they well tied in, where they business is tapped in into trust, and they businesses is tapped in into trades, and they businesses is tapped into profits and non-profits and shares, and you going up against shareholders and things like that, and you just started little old you with the little LLC. Little old you just started with that nonprofit or with that idea. I'm speaking from that standpoint. Because anybody clock that you go clock in, trust me, they started, if they wasn't a franchise business, they was a family business. They started with an idea too. So it's all about being authentic. And I don't believe on stepping on the next woman's foot or stepping on the next man's foot, because what's for me is for me. And especially if I can stay in my authentic truth. That's why I stay in my lane. If I wanted to go be a nurse, or if I wanted to go to be a doctor to call judgment on someone's life, or if I wanted to go be a cop to call life and death when I could go and do all of that. But I'm all of those titles in one within me. And I know how to apply certain things within my life, especially when it comes to business. You guys, I don't think somebody on there want me to speak on this today or something. Because I ain't never had all this, you guys. They want me to drop the mic. But yeah, it's cool. I'm going to still do it. But yeah, collective. So, you know, I'm looking at life from a whole different thing, you know. And business, as far as business is like, it's in me. I learned from every mistake that I came up against, you know. The structure, like building and like that's why I say I don't care about mistakes right now, because that it's all a sign. Like, you're gonna fail, but you gotta get back up. You're gonna straighten yourself back up. Look how many times within this conversation that this damn phone to fail. That's how being an entrepreneur, that's how certain things go within you trying to build something for you and yours. That's how certain things go. You're gonna fall. You gotta get up and straighten yourself back up. That's you being authentic. So we up against a whole artificial system. We're literally about to be getting governed by an artificial system. You know, and because it's like, buy these systems for this one time, and that one system, y'all, the Walmart telling it all now. How many people do they have working in Walmart? It's self-check. And take that in the spiritual realm too, because I think it's time for a whole lot of people to check themselves. That's what this self-love, self-care journey is about. Self-check. Is your heart in it? Because if your heart not in it within your business, it's not going to survive. It's not about building something to SHIT, sugar, honey, iced tea, on the next person. Because now you got to build your love, your business and stuff off of love and loyalty for your people to come back to you. That's why a lot of people ain't gonna survive. A whole lot of people get the ups, just like we could talk, and I could talk in our area, just like the hair game. Because when I first started off, like, when, you know, y'all know, as far as the bundles and certain stuff like that, you had that one. It's always gonna be that person that's up on game a little bit quicker before everybody else. They gonna get the run. They gonna be up. They gonna be on point quicker than somebody else, right? Before it get watered down. Let's put it out there like that. Say for instance, let's look at it like this. We're gonna use a product. Say for instance, you get a product, and you getting this product, you know, for a nice amount, right? Don't too many people know about this product. But soon as everybody else start learning the product, the value decreases. So when you get a chance for your light bulb to be cut on a little bit ahead of time, when you come up with new ideas and new things, new creation, you jump on it. Because soon as certain people we up against, look, that's just like, say for instance, like Jordans and different things like that. You get the knockoff version of something. Once certain stuff get in the hands of certain people, I'm not going to say it devalue it decreases its value. But if you ahead of things sometime, you got enough time to make your profit and stuff out of it. And your heart can still be in it. It's not coming from greed. It's not coming from greed. You just was a little bit ahead of time to get the profit off of whatever it is, collective. And it been a lot of times that I seen things before it took a major trend. Let's say that. Y'all know I'm trying to use words where everybody could be, you know. Before like certain things, you know, like hair, certain stuff. It was certain people that was up on it way before. And then you looked up and it was devalued, because that's when you can get the same thing for cheaper. So that's what I see, like, within the people too. So it's like you got to rank your value, because your talent and the things that you're good at is getting devalued and decreased through artificial intelligence. So you better make sure you stand up on game to build off of whatever you're building, because 2 seconds later, a machine or somebody else with a little more something can come and knock your whole business out the box. That's why you don't put yourself in one box when it comes to anything. When it comes to like building businesses and certain things, because stuff gonna change. That's why it's a whole lot of people that's holding degrees, but their degree don't hold any value anymore. And once a degree don't hold value, it turns into a certification. I ain't even gonna hold y'all up. The ones that know, they know. But you remember how you used to can go and be a nurse or whatever? It took a few years, and now that whole curriculum is smashed down to a 9-month course. That's just life. And no shade to nobody. But I remember when you used to have to go for some of these titles, and that's kind of crazy, because shit, you can go and be a cop in 6 months. I'm just saying, I'm just the messenger. But and I'm not knocking it, because that's how I was able to get through life. Because I stayed in my lane. It wasn't like I couldn't go and get this title. Prime example, y'all. Y'all know, like I said, don't get it twisted because my phone fell and we done had little ghetto moments. Don't get it twisted. But I learned my lessons within balancing the scales and stuff, stepping into home care. Because when I graduated from high school or whatever, my first job was a home care job, right? And I was getting myself together like, oh, okay, I'm gonna go to school, I'm gonna go and get this RN for 2 years, and I'm gonna da-da-da-da-da, and I'm gonna do that. You guys, for one, me. And I'm always was a spiritual person, all right? That's why I stays in my lane. This is what I'm saying. If you stay in your lane, you do your own thing, you will always be all right. Don't be trying to live, do certain things to live a life of luxury and live up with the Joneses. Make sure you're doing it for you, your bloodline. Okay? Prime example. There's a big difference, and I don't have a problem. I will go and buy a course, a certification any day. I got a whole lot of stuff under my belt. You know what I'm saying? Because just like, and things be devalued, but that's just how certain things is. Like I went and I just did a tester, because it takes a lot, me coming from owning my own business to go back and work for a person. So within these little few years, you guys, I've been doing my own little study. I've been my own little study. I literally put my own little study together, So I went back into the field. And I picked up a job, you guys. Keep in mind, your girl been behind the desk, been doing my own little thing for a few years, But I had to go and bring myself down to earth, and I went and I applied for a assisted living. Because keep in mind, you guys, if you know the titles, and if you don't, I will break it down to you. Because like y'all know, I got to put my people first. I got to put my home care folks, my givers first, my caretakers first. I got to put us first though. But, especially the ones that's, thinking about stepping into the business end. This is like going to be our talks, because I feel like a whole lot of this information is very valuable. And it just show you, like, and once you know the game, you feel some type of way because you feel like people been playing on you. Okay? But Okay, so I went back into the field, you guys. And I think I'm gonna do this again. I'm gonna try to clean this video up. No, I'm not, because I just think it'd be funny when certain things happen. But this is the whole thing, okay? Y'all know it's always a lesson out of, you know, certain things that I be talking. So I went back and I went to work, right, you guys? I went to assisted living, and this is just an example so you guys can understand these titles, and you can stay in your lane, and you can be put in a comfortable situation to build up a business or build yourself up, okay, off of your level of understanding, your level of education that you feel comfortable within yourself. If you graded yourself on a scale of, could I do this, could I handle that, does this fit into my life, that's how you have to look at when you building certain things, okay? Am I skilled to do that? Am I not skilled to do that? Okay, so Home Care Collective, Home Care, and I'm gonna use Home Care for the first business build up, you guys, but anything that I talk about, you should be able to apply it in different fields, you know, because I always try to break it down into a different field too. So Home Care Collective, Home Care, it's a difference between home care and home health care, okay? When you put health in anything, it's going to have to be licensed. So it's like a wordplay. It's a whole different conversation. It's a whole different language when you go into business. Just like they say it's a whole different language when you go into the courts and certain stuff. Like what you saying is not really stick man and all that. It's a whole different language. It's a language of law. It's a language of health too. Okay, it's a language. So that's why I say I stays in my lane, you guys. And this is my stays in my lane, y'all know, okay? But I stays in my lane, and it's not me feeling like I'm not worthy of certain things. No, it's a whole lot of things that I love teaching myself that I know that nobody can come up. I can come up with better curriculums to use in these fields than these certain things, okay? So, yeah, so it's a difference. That's why your heart, like it always goes back to me asking, is your heart in it? All right. So home care and home health care is two different things. You have to know the difference within that. Okay. That's why I say I've always been a prevention. So home care, that's you being a prevention. You know, you helping that loved one stay independent in their own home so they don't have to go into a facility. So they don't have to be hospitalized. They don't have to go into a nursing home. Okay? Home care falls in the area of companionship, you know, respite care, keeping people in their own home. You're a prevention, because if you do everything on the upright that you're supposed to do, you will prevent your family, which is your loved one, your family that you're taking care of. You're that prevention from them to stop them from going on into a facility, far as an assisted living or a nursing home. If you do what's right, you're a prevention. So you being that prevention, you're more hands-on with that family. That family is pretty much your, some families, you know, they be hands-on with their loved one. Okay, so I stay, and it's more heartwarming. It's like, you know, that was what was better for me. You know, to each his own. All right. But I had to really study my field. You have to know the difference before people get out here holding titles that you're not qualified to hold. And if you wanted to be qualified to hold it, go to school for it. Me, I stayed in my lane, and not saying that I'm not qualified to do certain things. It's who I go to get qualified from. I don't have to go and pick up the skill that you think I should have to do something that is not beneficial to me. No, I go and I'll apply certain certifications to my business and keep myself afloat. That's what I do. Because you look at how many these people, you don't went to school, and a lot of these degrees and stuff, they're getting downgraded. That's why, like, when you look at the chain of healthcare, let's put that down. Let's put that down. Okay. In certain states, they're called different things. But when you go and you do the research on the title, they all fall in the same whatever category. Y'all, let me hurry up because I think my phone about to die. But you got, like, when you go into home care, you got the DCW, or the home aid, or the whatever people may call the home aid, or the home health aid. So when you say home health aid, that is for a home health care. When you say a home aid, that will be for a companion care, a senior care, someone who work in their home. Okay, it's all about wording. So if you find a position or something that you're doing that doesn't hold a heavy title, that's putting a lot on you, putting so much liability on you, you take that title and you create off of that. You, just like I didn't have to go and be a nurse and a doctor, but I work with them and I'm satisfied with doing that. I'm not downgrading a title, but you got some people that go and try to downgrade the holistic title because they went to a institution to get approval by a school or something. But it been plenty of time that a whole lot of people, this holistic, let's go back to the, holistic. Well, let's go to like the midwife versus the doula. The midwife, that certain stuff had to be licensed. So they took the natural ability of the doula, which would be like the spiritual end of it. So a whole lot of, like, it's just courses, and I'm not knocking the people that stay on the holistic end of service. There's nothing wrong with that. And I'm not knocking nobody that went and paid for the education. Certain people is just born with the knowledge. So that's where they stand at on a holistic end, on a wellness end, a well-being end. And then you got the people that go and to get in a different tax bracket or to learn more that they feel they may need to learn, they go on the educational end. But then when they go and they get under contract and they see things for what they are, they go through a spiritual awakening and they end up going right back to that holistic end, because a lot of people, your gifts is just being woke up. Okay. And a whole lot of our gifts and a whole lot of our services has been padded and has been stacked. And you can't practice certain things if you don't have a license to do so. That's America. That's how they get their money. Okay? Just like the barber, the beautician. That's as well as how the different people, people from the motherland in Africa can come over here and do braids without a license because they're practicing their natural talent. And I've been speaking on this for years, and I be finding, that's why I said I was opening up certain things far as a business end, because people is not going to continue to come to my channel and my mind for things and applying it to their life, and it's making beautiful change in their life. But then you don't go back and tell that person, thank you. You opened the doors. You made me see some things that I didn't see. And I listened to a reading, and that was the bits of the puzzle that I need to apply to my business to help apply generational wealth to my family. You always pay homage, pay tithes when someone help you with something. And like I said, I don't know everything, but the things that I do know, I share. You may have somebody that's coming that's their natural talent. But if you stay away from chemicals, you can practice that service. Because once your hands start touching chemicals, that braid shop turn into a beauty shop. That's where the cosmetology license has to come in, because you were taken out of your natural talent. That's where the license come in at. This world is made up off of goods and service, and a whole lot of things like our ancestors gave us for natural wellness and holistic wellness has been tampered with because, you know, the people, you know, they done bought they done bought certain things and patent certain things. So the things that your grandmama told you, you know, to use back in the day, somebody got that now that someone is saying, oh, you have to have a license to practice this. And that's with anything, like the braider, the natural braider, the things that they were doing to show us how to braid, that turned into the cosmetologist. Okay? The doula turned into the midwife. What you call yourself, the coach, the counselor, or whatever, that still falls in the service of the psychiatrist and the counselor. It still falls into that. But that don't mean you have to go do that. Long as you stay in your lane, you can be that coach. Okay? On the spiritual end, the spiritual advisor, the spiritual person that, you know, that's just your counselor. That's just your mentor. But certain people be needing the medical end of it. Long as you stay in your lane, you will be okay. And there's nothing wrong with buying courses and certification to apply to your business. That's what I do. And not only do I do that, I create my own. Because I'm building on a firm foundation. Like I said, what's for me is for me. What's for you is for you. But just because something is not for you, don't knock what I'm doing. That's for me, collective. Just stay in your lane and build, collective. Really tap in and be real with yourself with a self-check. Go through the self-check. And see what the cost is. And how do it benefit you? But that's what I got for you guys on this business building. So I'm gonna go back and look through this video, y'all. But yeah, I think I'm gonna upload it with the bloopers and all, okay? Because there's always a message in that. You're gonna fall, but you gotta get back up. All right? You gotta fix it. Okay, you gotta rebuild. You have to rebrand. But always remember, is your heart in it? Does it bring you peace? You never accept the offer if it doesn't bring you peace. And don't be so quick to do certain things if your heart not in it, because it won't last. All right, collective? And that's what I got for you guys. Peace.